I thank Lalita for giving me this opportunity to testify of God's love. What can I say about prayer and fasting? No testimony is complete without tears. No testimony. Fasting and prayer does not change God. It changes us. We cannot twist God's arm into getting him to do our bidding, but rather positioning ourselves to receive the grace he freely gives to do his will. In my time in fasting and prayer, and I'm not talking of this just these 40 days, before the 40 days began, I had started 2 weeks earlier than that. And like I tell myself, I'm going to continue till I see a breakthrough. I have seen how roadblocks to my peace have been removed because of God's grace. Problem is not over, never will be, but the roadblocks of my peace have been. It gives me the victory over the enemy of my soul so that I can overcome feelings of weakness and vulnerability. Fasting and prayer combined also has helped me progress in my spiritual growth. Leaning on him more, trusting myself less, trusting on man even lesser. Because I know his righteous right hand holds me up there. Fasting has only revitalized my prayer life and empowered me to do his will. I was trying to figure out what it means to intercede, pray for somebody, pray for friends, pray for children, pray for myself, pray for my husband, pray for my family, pray for my prayer partners, her family. Intercession is not easy. Not only for yourself, but even for the person you're interceding for. God doesn't lift you out of that situation. He puts you through that grind so that we can understand how he is using us to glorify him. He wants the people to see that under that grind, how does Kala stand? Not how God will lift me up from this position, take me to some land where there is no problems. It's not possible. But how we will withstand that situation so that we can be refined to do God's will. I'm going to tell you a story of a young lady who came to my prayer life actually took a new turn in 2002 when I joined Sligo's Tuesday night prayer group. And I realized that it's a powerful weapon we have in our hands, if only we would use it. And I started using that weapon. In 2002, a young lady came to me and she said, "Auntie, I am in a relationship and I really don't know how to get out of it." And I said to her, "I'll be praying for you." She tried to leave the relationship, but you know how relationships are. One sweet word, one sweet talk, and you go back to that person, not knowing that he or she is only human. But the relationship you get into with God is so pure, undefiled. I prayed for this child. One day, I said to her, "I'm going to pray for you. I'll be on the phone with you till you leave the place where you are and come back into Maryland. You start driving and I'll pray with you." I prayed with her on the phone. "Auntie, it's okay, Auntie." I said, "No, it is not okay. I know the power of the devil, but we are going to fight that power of the devil in Christ's name. I said, we will rebuke Satan in Christ's name. I held on to that child's hand in prayer till she entered Maryland. She came home, never turned back. That was a wonderful victory for her. That was the turning point of that child's life. When I say my life took a turn in 2002, because there was a lot of challenges in my life that I faced. Death, loss of job. Richard, if you talk about loss of job, I know what it means to lose a job. I know what it means to lose a job after you have been made to feel that they cannot do without you. At times like this, I came to the throne of grace, totally stripped of everything. Everything. You know, and today when I was looking up the Advent hymnal, and I like the songwriter when he wrote the Rock of Ages. He says, nothing in my hands I bring, simply to the cross I cling. That verse has been taken away from our hymnal. Do you know that? That is the most important 2 lines for me in that Rock of Ages. Nothing to the cross I bring, nothing in my hands I bring, simply to the cross I cling. You know, prayer is like a mirror. We try to pray for others so that God will change their lives. I have tried to pray that way. I tried to pray for my boss that God will change him and he'll be nice to me. I tried to pray that my husband will be changed. I tried to pray that my children will be changed. It doesn't change anybody, it changes you. I tell myself it's like a mirror. It makes me see what I really am, how filthy, how wretched we really are. Instead of praying for others to be changed, I have changed. I have seen the beautiful lives of many people being touched by prayer and fasting. Not my prayers, my friend. I am just an instrument in the Master's hand. I'm just an instrument. He has put me through this grind so that I can encourage somebody else. When I struggle with issues, he puts me into another person's life where that person, I have to encourage that person. When inside of me, I am dying, but I have to encourage someone else. But that's what he does to us. He puts us in that life. He gives us the problems so that we can look at ourselves and say, at least I have God in my life. I have the God who has a righteous right hand, who will lift me up, hold me up. I have seen changes in those near and dear to my heart. I have seen some of their lives wrecked, but I know God is in their lives. I know my God. I know in whom I have believed, and I'm persuaded that he will to that day. I have seen how my God, my El Shaddai's providence takes over when all else has failed. I have seen my El Roy's eyes upon me in times of trouble. I have seen El Gabor's protection of my life. I have seen my El Elion's strength in my weakness, and my sovereign and supreme judge who never fails. With God, with a God such as this by my side, in my heart, the battle of this world is not mine but his. Not mine, my friends. It is his battle. 2 Chronicles 20. You will not need to fight this battle. Position yourself, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord who is with you. Do not fear or be dismayed. Go out against them, for the Lord is with you. The battle is not yours, but God's. That is the promise I claim every morning I wake up, because that is the only promise that keeps me going. Oh, my friends, come and taste and see that the Lord is good.